Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Queen from Queen Homeschool Supplies, and I would like to share one of our most frequently asked questions and the answer to that question for you today in this video. Before I get started, if you could just give me a like and subscribe so that you'll be notified whenever we come out with new videos on this channel, and that'll help us grow our new channel here too. So the question I wanted to address today is one of the most frequently asked questions that we get when people start looking around our website at queenhomeschool.com. We've been publishing Charlotte Mason inspired curriculum for, since 1994, so quite a while. And we do include Copywork in a number of our resources. And very often people will ask, what's the difference with all these different Copywork resources? And are there different types of Copywork? Why should I use this one over that one? What are the differences? And so that's what I want to address here today. So before I even get started with all the different resources that I'm going to share with you, I want to mention what Copywork is for. So Charlotte Mason recommended something that I call traditional copywork. And copywork, the type of copywork Charlotte Mason recommended, is what I call traditional copywork, and it's more focused on not so much the handwriting, but the mechanics of the English language, where the punctuation marks go, the capitalization, the usage, that sort of thing. So when you're using copywork with a child, some people will say, well, maybe I could just use, like, we're reading this particular book right now, and maybe I'll just have my child copy a sentence or two or a short paragraph from this book each day and use that for copywork. Or maybe I'll use the Bible and just have them copy a Bible verse each day as their copywork. And those are certainly the Bible is very worthwhile resources. Using something that's the same every day, the same type of copywork, is not going to necessarily give you the same type of variety in practicing the mechanics of the English language. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a sec. So some of the resources that we offer at Queen Homeschool Supplies that use traditional copywork would be our Copywork for Young Ones series for elementary age students, our thematic copywork lessons for older students, and our language lessons books for all ages. And these series all use what's known as traditional copywork that focuses on the mechanics of the English language. As a quick example, in our language lessons books, you will see traditional copywork. The child will be in the lower levels, the little ones' books, they're going to learn phonics and how to read. But from the very young books upward, we're going to include copywork sporadically throughout the book. The main focus of these books is going to be on learning English grammar and writing instruction, okay, how to write different styles of things. But you will see in here also some traditional copywork lessons sporadically placed over a period of a few days where they're copying something specific. So in here we're teaching them the rules of grammar, the rules of capitalization, the rules of punctuation, and then that traditional copywork shows them those rules applied in something. And we use a variety of different material that it's applied in so that they continually get practice in applying those rules that they're learning. And it's the same in our Copywork for Young Ones, which the difference here between the Copywork for Young Ones and the thematic copywork lessons is the Copywork for Young Ones, such as this one, Lessons in Manners for Copywork, one of the best sellers for obvious reasons. The child has something with large print to copy each day. So each section is one day. And then you'll see lines directly under there so that they don't have to focus and refocus back and forth into a notebook. They just copy it right here. And you'll see in this series and in this series for older kids, the thematic copywork lessons, there's a wide variety of different types of material. So each of the books in both of these series have 180 daily lessons of copywork. Whereas in the language lessons books, there's 180 daily lessons, but they're going to have a variety of different types of lessons. You'll see lessons in picture study with full color art reproductions. I'm looking for one of those. You'll see lessons in grammar instruction. You'll see lessons in instructive writing. So here's one of the picture studies here, just so you see how beautiful they are. Full color, of course, like all of our books that have pictures. So you'll see a wide variety of types of things in here with the copywork. You know, here and there you'll see copywork over a period of several days as they're copying over a poem or a literature selection or something that's broken down over several days. But in these series, they have copywork every day. So some people will use the language lessons books, and on the days when they're having a grammar lesson or a picture study or a writing instruction or creative writing, they will do copywork out of one of these books so that the child has daily practice in traditional copywork, focusing on the mechanics of the English language. And again, copywork for young ones has the larger print and the lines right underneath there, spiral bound so it can lay flat. Okay, the thematic copywork lessons for older kids has a smaller print size, and they write in a separate notebook. So this is one that's not consumable. This one is consumable. So you will need a separate book for each child in this series because we do not allow photocopying. Obviously, it's copyrighted. This one is copyrighted as well, but it's meant to be non-consumable. So they would write in a separate notebook. But this is for an older child who doesn't usually have issues with focusing on here, then looking over here at a notebook, and then looking back over here to copy. All right, so I do talk in one of my other videos here on this channel about how to do traditional copywork and how the child is really taught to focus and give their best, pay their best attention. So you'll want to look for that for more details as far as how to do copywork. In this video, I'm talking more about the differences between the different types of copywork. For example, our multiple award-winning Pictures in Cursive series. This series is focusing on cursive handwriting. So when your child is doing copywork in the thematic copywork lessons, or in the copywork for young ones, or in the language lessons books where they're focusing more on the mechanics of the English language, I'm not so concerned, don't tell your kids necessarily, but I'm not so concerned about what their handwriting looks like. You will see in here that there's more variety in capitalization and punctuation in this type of copywork because that's what the focus is for. Should I put a period or a comma or a semicolon? Where do I put the quotation marks? That sort of thing. Okay, in the Pictures in Cursive series, which is also using copywork, this copywork is more simplified as far as the mechanics. So it has basically a capital letter at the beginning of each sentence and a punctuation mark of some sort at the end of each sentence, and not a lot of variety because the focus in this series, as you may have guessed by the title, Pictures in Cursive, is on cursive writing, and it's on the shapes and the strokes of the letters. So in this series, we do care about what their handwriting looks like because that's what the focus is. So you're going to see in this series, here's 1 week's worth of lessons. You have a beautiful piece of a picture for them to use for that week. All the handwriting and copywork lessons are focused around what's in the painting. So each day they have just 1 sentence to copy, but it needs to look exactly like this. And I talk about that in that other video that I was talking about, and it's the one on copywork in the Charlotte Mason series that I give on this channel. So in here, the focus is different, okay? The focus is on the shapes and strokes of the letters, not a lot of variety in the mechanics because that's not what the focus is about here. The same with the Printing and Pictures series, which is very similar to the Pictures in Cursive, but this one's printing, so manuscript writing. So in here, you've got 1 picture each week. And the pictures in here are photographs. This particular volume, they're on animals. So I'm trying to find one of the animals here. Okay, so this is a week's worth. So we have this picture of a donkey, all of the handwriting lessons, which are copywork. are focused around what you see in the picture for that week, okay? And so again, not a lot of variety with the capitalization and punctuation, because that's not what this particular series, the Printing with Pictures series, is about, okay? It's more about what the letters look like, just like the pictures in cursive. So this type of copywork is very simplified as far as the mechanics, because that's not the focus here. The focus is on the shapes and the strokes of the letters. This type of copywork is a lot more detailed in the mechanics, because that's what it's about, and I don't really care what their handwriting looks like, okay? We also have the Learning to Spell Through Copywork series, and this is spelling, and again, it's using Copywork. So here's a whole week's worth, and you'll see, and with Copywork, the lessons are quite short. So here they have their word list and the rule for the week, and they have one sentence per day that follows those rules. There's not a lot of variety with the capitalization and punctuation in this series either, because we focus on the spelling, okay? The spelling rules, the words that follow that spelling rule, not the mechanics. So you'll see once you start integrating all of these different resources that they all fit very nicely together if you choose to use them all together, because they all have a bit of a different focus. Yes, they're all using Copywork, but the focus is very different on each of these series. The lessons are all very short and precise and to the point. We expect the child to do their best work to have it correct, and then they can move on. And if it's not correct, they're going to erase it and do it over again that same day until it is correct. And I talk about that in great detail in the other Copywork video that I have here. So you'll definitely want to search that out and watch it to get a full understanding of how to use Copywork to its fullest advantage. Copywork may seem like something very simple, and it is kind of simple, but it's very profound as far as the results that your child will get if you're using Copywork the way it was intended to be used. And again, I talk about that in the other video that I have here about the Charlotte Mason approach, the one on language arts. Okay, it'll talk about that extensively. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see any of these resources, they are all available on our website at Queen, Queen, homeschool.com, and I'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching.